LDS scouting units often experience the challenge of not having enough youth to run the scouting program as designed. This video shares a story about recruiting community youth into LDS scouting units to enhance the scouting experience for everyone.
The world needs scouting more than ever. With your help, we can grow this important movement to help build tomorrow's strong leaders and great citizens.
We're missing out on building relationships if we don't reach out to families who are not of the LDS faith. I think that's probably one of the most important things. Secondly, I think it's really important for us to let families who are not LDS, not of our faith, know that they are absolutely welcome to join our packs, and they're going to find that that experience is really not significant, not really different at all.
Hello, I'm Tony McLean. I'm the Scoutmaster for Troop 456 here in Malad, Idaho.
Malad serves as home for only about 2,000 people, but former Bishop Tony McLean acts as Scoutmaster for a thriving troop.
His secret? Reach out and ask.
We want more boys involved because scouting is a great program. I went all through it. I learned a lot. My boys went through it. And I don't want those who maybe not be at church not to know about scouting just because they're not at church. We live in a small community here, so everybody seems to know everybody. And as I talked with the boys who were in the troop, and they'd mention name, I'm like, well, who's that? Oh, that's the boy that lives down the street. Well, let's get him out to scouting. They play baseball, they go to school together, things like that, so it was fairly easy to learn about who the other boys were. And then I just either would give them a call if it was a family I knew, or just show up at the door, knock on the door, introduce myself, say, hey, I'm Tony, I'm the Scoutmaster here, and I understand you have a boy who's over 12 and we want him involved in scouting. Hello, Brandy?
Yes.
I'm Tony McLean. I'm the Scoutmaster here in the neighborhood.
Oh, nice to meet you.
And then they'd always invite me in, we'd sit down, I'd tell them about some of the activities and stuff, and the boy would be there with the parents, and Mom would look at the son and say, is that something you're interested in? And he'd say, yeah. So we'd fill out the paperwork right there, and I'd walk out with an application that's all filled out, and he'd be at Scouts with us next Tuesday.
Brother McLean's door-to-door method has a nearly 70% success rate of recruiting community boys into scouting.
We decided Chandler could join Scouts because he wanted it. He wanted to do it. Plus it makes a good man out of a person. Teaches him a lot that I can't teach him.
The biggest challenge for me with doing that was just approaching people I don't know, but I need to do it because, you know, it's all about the boys. Next one is just knowing and recognizing the boys, because I realize, hey, there's another boy, you know, in the neighborhood that we haven't invited yet. Well, thanks a bunch for meeting with me. There was just a few things I wanted to go over about scouting and everything like that. With the parents and stuff, always a little bit of concern on costs. You know, what's this going to cost? You know, what do I need to do? Registration fees are taken care of by the troops, so they don't have to pay for anything that way. We have fundraisers, we take care of things, and so once we get them a uniform and a book and scout camp, you know, there's a little bit of a cost there, but it's offset by the fundraisers.
Before Tony came to visit, my impressions of scouting were that, kind of from what I gathered from my son Micaiah, that you really had to be involved in the Mormon church for them to fully accept you. And so I was a little bit iffy when Tony did come over to ask Micaiah about Scouts. And the way I overcame that hesitation is I've met a lot of great people here in Malad that are of, I guess there's several different wards here around town, and they have all, you know, been great to me and just accepted me with open arms and really showed to me that they can accept you for who you are.
Now that I'm Scoutmaster, I'm getting into homes that I never got into as a bishop, and it's allowed me to go and meet new people and have experiences with new families and their boys, and bring the wonderful organization and scouting into their life that they didn't have prior to that. So it's been a wonderful bridge into these homes that I didn't have before.
Tony and Troop 456 continue to thrive in the bustling metropolis of Malad, Idaho. A final note for leaders considering the direct recruiting approach. Tony's method works just as well with Cub Scout-aged youth, and the longer we have boys in the scouting program, the better the world becomes.